Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome to Oxygen Not Included, Klei Entertainment's next big game. I've heard about this game for about a year now. I knew it was coming out and it has officially hit really super duper early access. It's still very early in development. I don't know how much content is really here, but I've messed around with the game for about 30 minutes to an hour to understand it. And what it is kind of like a 2D Rimworld-esque type of game. You're looking at it like an ant farm in a way, and playing with your survivors or colonists or whatever you want to call them in that way. And there's elements of other games in there. You'll pretty clearly see the influence as we play, but I wanted to play a little bit with you guys so you can understand what this game is all about. Now if you want it, it's 20 bucks right now if you want to dive in, but I warn you, we're looking at pretty early here, so there's not a ton to do, but there's still probably a few hours of content to go through. So we're gonna start a new colony, not continue the one that I've messed with, and we're gonna build or create our first 3 colonists, and it's gonna look very familiar to you. It looks like Rimworld. So it's very similar. Everybody has their own attributes, their own traits, additional stuff, and you can shuffle it up as you see fit, as it is. So Nadia, for instance, has 0 skill on all these, but she's got +4 strength, so she can carry more stuff, +1 medicine, which is disease resistance, and then tinkering, which is 40% tinkering speed. She has an iron gut, so she can eat just about anything without getting sick, but she's a biohazard. All the vitamin C in space can't stop this duplicant from getting sick, so she can get sick very easily, I guess, but eating food doesn't really get her all that sick, which is weird. Here's what all the stats do. This one's movement speed, construction speed, decorating speed, learning, because there is going to be research as well as how fast their skills level, and then of course digging. We also have these things down here. So she's got a -5 decor expectations. Areas with decor values lower than a duplicate's decor expectations will cause them stress to rise, while higher decor will cause their stress to fall. So she's got a -5? I'm not quite sure what that means. And this duplicate is liable to puke everywhere when stressed. Good. So their stress response is all vomiting. I don't know if anybody can actually have a different one. Okay, so if they break stress, which is a stat, they can do different things. This duplicate will take out their frustrations on defenseless machines when stressed, blah, blah, blah. So let's do some shuffling and have some fun here. How about this guy? He's an athletics, digging, tinkering kind of guy. He has irritable bowels. The duplicate takes a little longer than usual to take a shit, basically, which is not that bad, but he's really good at tinkering. So Mamoru, fantastic. We might rename these people to people we know. So we'll get ourselves in there, as always. And then we'll shuffle up the next one a bit and see what we get. Wow, did you see that one that had like a skill in everything? Holy shit, look at this. Look at this person. And he's dancing away. He's a level 1 architect. I didn't even see this. This is most proficient at construction, miner, running. So he's like a jack of all trades, master of none. Probably not a bad thing to have. He can move quickly underwater. He's destructive. They're both destructive. And their decor expectations -20. And we'll shuffle up here. I don't want one that has everything that we've already really got. A researcher of some sort would be really, really good. Then again, cooking could be good. Creativity, learning, and tinkering. That might not be a bad thing. Mouth breather. Air consumption is +100. So one of the things you have to deal with is going to be oxygen. It's called, I don't know if I want to deal with the mouth breather right away. I already have a digging person. Learning, yeah, how about this? A yokel. This duplicant isn't the brightest star in the sky, cannot perform the job research. And yet they're incredibly good at researching. Well, that would suck. Let's try again. Quick learner, good. Biohazard, sure. We'll go with biohazard and olive oil. This here will be, why don't we go with, this will be Kate. And then Pam, looks like, it could be a man or a woman, doesn't matter. This will be Northern Lion. Perfect. Me, Kate, and Northern Lion, my perfect fantasy to steal NL away from Kate. Mythopolis, perfect. Okay, we're gonna dive in, and we're gonna get right to going, and we're gonna talk about how the game plays and all that other good stuff. So here we are. We're gonna pause it right away, because you can. And right out the gate, we have some things to talk about just so you understand what's going on. There's going to be intricacies I'm not going to talk about too much, but there's things you want to know. So first, top left, these are how many people we have in here, what cycle it is, the stress indicator, who's stressed and how much food we have, which is in this little box right here. We also have requires toilets, the speed, toggle alerts, which we can look at alerting, which, what does this do? will enter a state of emergency, ignore their basic needs to work. Okay, cool. We also have all the stuff that we can build down here, little orders we can give, priorities, which 9 is high, 1 is low. And up here, we have different overlays. Our biggest one is oxygen overlay. So the oxygen overlay is going to tell us where there's breathable things, where there isn't. And you can see this little key right here. So light blue is very breathable. Blue is breathable. Pink is barely breathable. So that's like a mix of, we've got, looks like carbon dioxide and oxygen over here. Unbreathable is red, which is just pure carbon dioxide. And then slightly toxic, and then toxic. And then up here where there is none, this is a vacuum. There is nothing here. These little stones right over here are oxalite. We don't want to mine these out because what these do is they produce oxygen for us. Every little start gives you some oxalite to generate oxygen as you get going, which is obviously super important, and we're going to worry about that. So we're going to start digging out, we're going to start collecting some stuff, and we're going to get some very basic things built as we continue. So we're going to hit G for our build, our dig tool, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just dig out in a direction over here. And we're going to dig into this area over here, which has some stuff. Now, there's some plants and stuff over here. We're going to go ahead and unpause. We're going to let these guys kind of go at it. So we already know how all this works. We can kind of just move with WASD and all that other good stuff. And we can hit tab to speed things up. So our basic setup right now is we want to worry... Oh, somebody farted. So this is important, actually. Your people will fart. And if they fart, they're going to release freaking... unbreathable gas, so they can fart themselves to death in worse situations, which is kind of hilarious. We want to get rid of this and this. Some sandstone is going to fall, very Minecraft-esque, but that's not a big deal. Stop farting! You guys are very gaseous already. It's kind of crazy. All right, so that's done. Let's actually go ahead and slow things down and look at what we want to build. So the first thing we want to do is pop into furniture and maybe get a couple of cots up and running so these people have a place to sleep. And then one of the things I want to do is go to base and we want to build a ladder. And with the ladder, what we want to do is actually start building layers, which is important. Since this is very ant farm-esque, I like to think of it in an ant farm-esque way. And building ladders is a good way to do that. So what we'll do is we'll just build a ladder down to about here for now. And we're going to start digging out this area as something we can use and build on. We also can use tile, which doesn't cost anything. It just kind of gives a nice and neat look to everything. We'll go ahead and do that. Perfect. All right. So we've got some beds. What we can do now is we just want to assign them. Oh, there we go. So they will sleep here when they get tired. Actually, and you can click on things, by the way, and get some information on anything. So right here is like some sandstone. It's useful for construction. We've got just sand here that'll fall and other such things. We also want to drop down a couple of... I'm just going to drop down one for now, a storage compactor. This is just like we can throw things in there to keep the place looking clean. So let's go ahead and do that and speed things up. As you can tell, just via the art style, this game is incredibly Klei. And I do love it. I do love that it's very Klei. It's awesome. So what we want to do is we're just going to say store everything in there for now. It's like creating like a storage zone in, you know, in, what do you call it? That other game that we play, Rimworld. Okay, so one of the other things we want to do is we want to build a place for people to take a crap because they will start pooping everywhere. So this is a 2-tile high thing. So what I'm going to do is we're going to give the order to dig out over here. We don't necessarily want to do that. Let's get rid of this. And let's try again, maybe do it 1 up. Okay. We're gonna make a place for people to poop. Because they will just poop on the ground. It's very Sims in the way they do that. Oh, this freaking sand. I hate that. Alright, well we can manage it. We're just gonna get rid of the sand here. And what I want is a door. Because what we can do is enclose rooms without blocking the flow of gas or liquids. We just want to block, we have an opportunity to lock things down if we need it. So let's go with base, or rather plumbing, outhouse. I want the door here, so we'll go 1 here. Just to have something for people to poop in. So people can actually take a crap if they need to. And I do want to drop like a tile here. so we have like an actual roof. So there you go. They got a place to poop. Perfect. So the other thing we want to look at now is like starting to get some food and some power. Now, in order to get food up and running, we need a microbe musher. Produces low quality food for duplicants using common ingredients. We actually need another storage container now that I'm looking at it. So the mush thing, the duplicates will fabricate unless recipes required. What we need is raw metals in order to make that work. What we're going to do for right now is we're just going to keep digging down here. These algae is important because we can use that as well. We've got another oxalite crate over here, and we can see some dangerous stuff over here. We need raw metals in order to create a mush, a thing to make food, which we're going to work on getting. I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot of other stuff. We've got actually some copper ore up here. So why don't we build more a ladder leading up for now? That way people can actually go ahead and start using that. Actually, let's go up one more. And we're just going to start mining out that metal there. And we're going to actually unlock the oxalite, so that'll hopefully help us out a bit. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff that pops. So I want a door, because we have some of that. That requires that. We can't do anything with that, but we can start working on power. Now, power is very important in this game for obvious reasons, but it's funny because the only way to get power early on is by manual generator. And by manual generator, I mean having people run around like silly-looking fools in order to get it working, which is awesome and hilarious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start digging out this area. Stop farting on each other. It's just rude. That's all I'm saying. So people are going to sleep. This is the end of our first day, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and say all for there. I need to find... That's so Klei. I love the way that it sounds. This gives us... We need more copper, so we're going to have to dig out this here. We definitely just need to find copper right now, and we need to kind of gun for it. This actually might just be a bunch of copper. We're gonna dig this out anyway because it's gonna allow me to. Let's go ahead and dig that so she can go through. Actually, let's go ahead and dig that as well because they can only move in 2 tile areas. Oh, they walk down there, but that's fine. No! I don't want this. Never mind. I want the oxalite, man. We'll leave that for now. That was a little scary. So this is a vacuum. This is a little bit on the spooky side because a vacuum has no oxygen. But let's get up there. And some coal. So they're going to eat real quick. I'm going to also give the order to dig over that way as well. Okay. What are you bitching about? Oh, you're pooping. That's fine. So if we take a look at our overlay here, which is just F1, we can see how our breathable situation is going. And as you can see, it seems to, like, the farts and stuff seems to sink. And they fall into these areas over here. But we're doing really well oxygen-wise, which is very, very nice. And I'm happy to see that. Because it's going to be necessary for us. And I'm going to want to build doors here at some point as well. I feel like I might be giving a little bit too many orders. But that's fine. Let's just dig out like that. Colony requires food, insufficient oxygen generation. Which is also okay, because we're gonna work on getting that fixed up here. I don't know why that's not being dug. Okay, good. We got looks like a muck root down there. We'll worry about plants and stuff in a little bit. I'm more worried about getting our basics set up. So this is actually like incredibly dumb looking because of the way I accidentally kind of did this, but that's okay. We're going to drop a tile here. And what I want to get going right now is power. And we need to start getting some power ready. So we're going to plop that down because we're going to need it. We're going to put that there. And this power is going to be important for us. We are going to need that. And then we can already get our microbe underway, which is good. So let's get this dug out. Alright, so that's not plugged in anything. I'm not going to worry about generating power quite yet. Let's just dig like so. Grabbing what we can. Don't want to break. We are in unbreathable territory here. Alright, there he's going for breath. So they just kind of go in. The oxygen is slowly leaking up, and it works like a liquid, which is kind of cool. But we're getting ore, which is good. Okay. What I want to do is put a door here and a tile here. And again, because we're mining into an area, it's creating a vacuum as well, and the oxygen just kind of slowly leaks into it. Just trying to keep organized. Alright, so we're going to get a microbe thing built right here. Let's get some food properly built. And then let's get some electrical wire from here to there. We basically want that powered. Actually, let's cancel that. Let's just get... Because I'm going to do something different here. Something I haven't done yet. Which is power. And what we can do with the power is tiny batteries. We're gonna just have a battery there. Oh, it broke it down because I said cancel it, and canceling it also breaks it down, which is a little silly. Let's get another bathroom up over here as well. Okay, so one of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna start looking at changing jobs. So we're gonna go into the job tab, which is the first time, and this looks like Rimworld, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Now our best runner, I think, is me, and he's also a really good miner. So what we're gonna do is athletics. He's the best one we've got, which is sad because that's just fake. We're gonna go to priorities, and we're gonna change this to a priority 9, and we're gonna just have Mathis run on that thing for goddamn ever. And just generate a bunch of power. Because we're going to need it. And then we're going to go ahead and just say that. And hopefully he'll just end up doing that. We're going to want to build some doors as well for this area here. That is a contaminated oxygen. Interesting. We're going to want to start working on a 3rd floor as well. So why don't we start working on just kind of building a ladder downward. And we're going to kind of crack into here and just kind of... We're going to... Like I said, we're just going to ant farm it for the most part. So Mathis is... I want him... Okay, so I don't want her running. I want only Mathis running. So what we're going to do is we're going to say... Where's generate power? No? No. I just want Mathis doing the power running. He's going to start storing some power, which is good. And then we can just generate this to here. Now, they should be able to build the wires pretty easily. But once this is maxed, like, he doesn't worry about it, which is good. Okay, let's, yeah, they're building. Everybody's having their snacks. You're farting. You have to go to the bathroom, which is fine. Leaving the seat up. Can we start seeing some of the building of the wires, please? Thank you. Because we want to be able to start building or making some food. And we actually need to get into a water source to make that work. So why don't we build down to here? Because there's water here. And I think that's our closest. And there's a lot of water here, which we're going to want to get into as well. There's a ton of copper over here, too. If we look at this, this is unbreathable. So we're going to have to be very careful here. Because the next thing we want to build is an oxygen creator. So this turns algae into oxygen. And over here, it may be the most important right now. But why don't we do here and here. And it should just generate oxygen for us with all the algae that we've been creating. And we need to, no fabrication skewed. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, we got lice loaf, meat lice compacted into a dense immobile. We need meat lice and bottled water. We get 1,000 kcals. Or we can make mush bar, an edible putrefied mud slop, preferable start to starvation, ever just barely. Continuously fabricate if the resources are available. May cause diarrhea, doesn't cause anything, but it's better than nothing. What do we... Alright, let's just fabricate it until we have no more. We just need to make mush bars, which is fine. And there, he's sucking up the water so he can go make mush bars. And there he goes. We can get some mush bars. So this is going to generate oxygen. If we pop in, we can see, hopefully, it generating oxygen. It's delivering the algae, so it should be able to do it no problem. Yep, and there it is. And there we go. So give me that oxygen. This will go idle once everything is taken care of. Like, if we have enough, we're good. So let's go a door and a door. And we'll just go tile, tile. And we can just mine out. I'm gonna have to do this. I'd like to keep these here and let them kind of do their thing for a while. Just gonna grab some algae in the process. So he's spinning up some power, Mathis. I love it. Ooh, we've got a visitor. Fetching water. Duplicates will seek out and collect water and other liquids up to 2 tiles away and deliver to buildings. Got it. New duplicants are available. What are you gonna be good at? Also, we need power to be running up here. I don't know if that'll work the way I want it to. Okay, there we go. Because their wire does get shown, so why don't we... Okay. I wish I could control Z it. I can't. Okay. And I hate that this works like this. Is there a hotkey? No. So we just gotta go one by one here. I need the ladders, clearly. Because I don't know, I assume like if you just build a wire up, it's just gonna go through the wall. There we go. We want to do that. And I don't... There we go. Let's build wires, man. Why don't we just drop another battery here? This person's taking a freaking while to come through. Oh, I get to choose a duplicant. Oh. We get to print them. It's hilarious. Why don't we can't dig it, yokel? Isn't the brightest, but they're good at everything else. Naturally robust. Yeah, why don't we take Max, huh? The will. Let's take Max. So, Max gets thrown in. I should have maybe renamed them. Didn't. It's alright with me. Welcome, Max. Welcome to the freaking shithole that is now your life. It's not going to be great for you, man. But you probably have it better off than Mathis does, because that dude is just stuck doing this forever. Forgot to throw that door there. And why don't we do another plumbing? How's this? It's plenty of oxygen in there. We actually are going through this water pretty nicely. And I'm actually going to just drop that in there so that we can get this oxygen leaking outward. There's tons and tons of this. Okay. Well, why don't we say this is our first episode? I'm definitely going to do a few more of these. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.